everybody, it's me Laura, and today we are going to be playing with some Kemper Cutters, and in particular the heart one and the teardrop one. Right here I'm cutting out my heart cutter, well I'm using my Kemper heart cutters and I'm cutting out the different shapes, and I'm doing this to give you guys a sense of how big and how small they get. The Kemper heart cutters range in size, and from largest to smallest they are 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, 5/8 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch, 7/16 of an inch, 5/16 of an inch, and the smallest one being 3/16 of an inch. That is really small, and because of that, these cutters can create some great details. So I wanted to go ahead and show you guys how you could use these Kemper cutters just on their own. I will be giving you about 6 to 7 simple patterns here that you could use for details on larger projects or even as jewelry pieces. Because these cutters are that small, you can do just about anything when it comes to jewelry in these cutters alone, and create some wonderful simple earrings or pendants and have some real fun. So as you can tell here, I went ahead and cut out that larger heart using a smaller heart cutter. And then now I've cut out another heart and I'm just placing another smaller heart on top of that. The next pattern I'm going to show you, I'm using the largest, remember I'm using the largest heart here in this series, and then I'm just going down to about the second or third Kemper cutter down to cut that insert. And then right here, I went and got some more pink clay or some white clay, just like I did in that last piece. And I'm just adding this in. You know, that's the nice thing about this. You can add in all sorts of different colors too. So it doesn't have to be stuck to just red. You can make purple hearts, pink, blue, green, whatever you want. And then add those in different little details. Just changing it up so it doesn't have to be stuck to just reds all the time. Now you might notice here that when I go to cut out these little hearts on the surface of my tile here, I am using my needle tool to lift them up off of the surface of my tile. My clay tends to be a little bit more sticky, and unless you have a great release agent like baby powder or a water spray bottle, more than likely the cut hearts will stay attached to the surface of your tile. Now I am fine with that. Anytime I'm cutting out forms with cutters, I like the clay to be a little more sticky than not. If you tend to go the other direction on stickiness, then make sure your cutters, cut all the way through to your surface. And maybe wiggle them so that the cutter, will make sure that you get the form you wanted. Now, that being said, I do know that I don't show it here, but these little cutters have plungers on the back side. This way, if, like, say, the clay gets stuck in the cutter and doesn't come out of the cutter, you just go ahead and press down on that plunger and it'll come out clean. All right, from here on though, the hearts here, I'm going to let you enjoy the patterns I get from these hearts, and just know that there are so many more patterns you can get from these cutters than just the few that I am showing you here. And enjoy these patterns as they come about, and then when you get to the end of this, we will go ahead and move on to the teardrops. Okay, so here we have the teardrop cutters. This is my largest one, and they will again run in the series of a 3/4 inch, a 1/2 inch, 5/8 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch, 7/16, 5/16, and the smallest one will be 3/16 of an inch. So just like the hearts, you're going to get 7 different cutters. All right, now for the fun. So we're going to go ahead and create another 6 patterns in teardrops and just show you how these particular cutters work together so wonderfully. And right here, I took my largest cutter, made that form, and then I took my smallest one, and I was surprised at how many little tiny teardrops you could get inside even that larger cutter. That 3/16 of an inch, cutter is so fun. You could create such tiny details that for some people might otherwise just frustrate them. So these cutters, just in that alone, are worth having around to use for all sorts of different details. And now again, I'm going to let you enjoy seeing the patterns as they come about that I get in the clay using these teardrop cutters. You will also notice again, I am using my needle tool to pick up the teardrops I cut out. And I usually pick them up with the needle tool right at the point of the teardrop. I do this because I have found there is usually a lot less of a chance for me to deform that piece as I'm lifting it up off the surface. And just as a side note here, I am using Primo clay in dark blue, turquoise, and pearl. Alright, so here are the different size shapes and patterns I got from using my heart and teardrop Kemper cutters. Please use this for study and reference, and if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking. And as always, I'm sending out my biggest hugs to each of you, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.